Someone just blurted out. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and while Trump's vocabulary, much like something else, isn't that big, he sure had a lot to say about this one.
Hey, what the fuck is this, better?
This is the painting you asked for, sir.
Why is my dick so small?
But that's the size it is in the photo.
Get this guy out of here! I'm gonna sue you! I'm gonna sue both of you!
And trust me, once you set aside the fact that it's the president talking, Trump's late night rant on its own is hilarious enough, but it absolutely pales in comparison to the absolute roasting he got in the comments and memes from this picture, which I think is fitting, because his neck here looks like a goddamn Thanksgiving turkey. And if I know y'all in the audience as well as I think I do, I promise you are going to love this video. And if you're new here and find yourself enjoying it anyway, then do yourself a favor and drop a like and subscribe to Really American, because covering Trump getting roasted is kind of our bread and butter. Okay, some quick context. The man is on the cover of Time because of his recent ceasefire agreement in the Gaza war, with stories like his triumph, and this one, The Leader Israel Needed by Ehud Barak, who is a former Israeli prime minister, and I'm just throwing this out there, had personal and financial ties to Jeffrey Epstein. And look, this situation is a lot more nuanced than we have time for, but credit where credit is due. Donald Trump was a part of the peace talks that led to this ceasefire agreement. I'm willing to give him that despite what right-wing media thinks.
Now, what I'd like to talk about just for 30 seconds is how silent the Democrats have been in regards to this peace deal. So, I ask you, Eric, was that fake outrage by the left and by Democrats about how much they're behind the Palestinians, or was it just that they were against President Trump?
It probably was both. Both. Clearly, I've said on this program and elsewhere that if Trump declared that air and oxygen is wonderful and beautiful, Democrats would say, well, it's not really that good, and he's wrong.
Right, and if Donald Trump told you to inject yourself with horse semen, you'd say where and how much. Now, setting aside that the ceasefire agreement was largely built on Biden-era peace talks, Diaper Donnie finally got the recognition and praise he so desperately desired and never got from his daddy. And you know what the first thing he did was? He complained about his fucking hair. He complained about his hair. Trump took to his complete misnomer of a website, Truth Social, because nothing there is the truth and there's no social aspect since nobody uses it, and complained that the photographer had disappeared his signature bouffant. I'm gonna read you that post in a second, but I just gotta say, that is the thing least worth being upset about in this fucking horrific photo. Trump complained in a late-night social media post that Time magazine had published a photo of him that may be the worst of all time. Seems like a fitting place to do it, though, to accompany a fawning article about the Gaza ceasefire deal. The president acknowledged that the piece, which ran on the cover with the title His Triumph, was a relatively good story about me. It's an incredibly sycophantic story if you haven't read it, but we all know he can't read, so relatively good will have to do. But demanded to know why the magazine had run such a bad picture of his hair. They disappeared my hair. They disappeared my hair and then had something floating on top of my head that looked like a floating crown, but an extremely small one. He wrote at 1:30 a.m. Washington time, "My grandfather in Christ, should you not be asleep at that time? That lack of shut, I can't be doing anything for your brain nor your fucking neck." He continues, really weird. I never like taking pictures from underneath angles, but this is a super bad picture and deserves to be called out. What are they doing and why? And the maggots got fucking pissed for good reason. Carrie Lake posted, "Share this cover instead, so that the world sees the strength of our great President Trump, instead of the one the fake news Time magazine put out. Time uses the most unflattering photos of a President Trump at a moment when they should be honoring him." Which I just have to say, how the fuck is the photo fake, but then the story that is insanely flattering by a former Israeli prime minister who has ties to Jeffrey Epstein, is that fake too? Make this make fucking sense, MAGA. Oh, the picture's unflattering, so now the story that actually praises what Trump did, oh, so that's fake too now, I guess? And that is why these people deserve all the ridicule that they are getting online right now, because it is good. This one you may have seen in the thumbnail, and unfortunately, I have to blur it here because I cannot show what Donald Trump's nose is. It is an actual dick and balls drooping down over his mouth, and this is going absolutely viral right now on Twitter. It is in almost every single response. If you type in Time Trump in the search and just sort by the top viewed posts. And I think the only adequate response is, what the fuck, LMFAO. And in a viewpoint slightly different than my take on this whole thing, you have Canada Hates Trump writing, getting a cover photo printed for Time magazine is complex and involves multiple levels of approval. Imagine how much you have to hate Trump to make the magazine's name barely visible, evict his hair, note the intact ear from the assassination attempt, I didn't even notice that, and highlight his neck vulva. You also have great responses like this one where someone drew a woman in a bikini on Trump's face with his chin. Wow, this is just art. I mean, someone actually put his drawing to Jeffrey Epstein on it. That is so fucking good. Look at that shit. You have Trump looking all upset, the biggest crybaby in the history of American politics. No lie detected there. Better angle. It's super victim, the whiniest bitch in America. Grab him by the pussy neck. Oh no. What are they doing and why? Because you're an absolute dickhead. Epstein files hidden in Trump's hair. And then here's a guy noting, Hal for New York, that he posted a video last night predicting Trump's meltdown and that Trump is so easy to predict because he's motivated by impulse and ego, which this story alone, as well as the Nobel Peace Prize one and the fact that he's focusing on this over the ceasefire, is just clear, blatant evidence. He's back. Super victim. Oh my god! Someone put like a thong or bikini bottom over his chin or his neck. Oh my goodness. Someone just blurted out. Bruh. Oh yeah, crap. Dude, I totally forgot that I was gonna bring up this story, but I just got carried away with the memes. But this harkens back to when he got mad about another portrait that someone put up of him in Colorado.
President Donald Trump calling for the removal of what he calls a distorted portrait of himself from the Colorado State Capitol building. Now, it's a 2019 painting. It hangs on the 3rd floor. Take a look at this. President Trump is disgusted with this. It's on the 3rd floor rotunda of the state capitol.
It's not the greatest portrait.
Anyway, y'all, I hope you enjoyed the video here. If you did, drop a like and subscribe. If you like this one, definitely check out the last one I made about Trump getting memed into oblivion on his own TikTok, the White House TikTok. I'll drop that link in the video end credit thing that's here, so you can check that out as well. Thank you all for watching and joining our resistance. I think humiliation and satire has to be one of the top ways that we fight back this fascist regime. So kudos to you, and if you want to support the work we're doing here, like I said, drop a like, subscribe. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse, and I will see you all in the next one.